So, welcome to Once Upon a Pandemic series with myself, Yvonne Reddin. And this series is all about sharing stories on staying positive through these challenging times. And I'll be chatting to people from all around the globe. And today we have Russ Hedge, coach and motivational speaker, all the way from Oregon in the US at 7 a.m. Thank you, Russ.
Thank you, Yvonne. It's a pleasure to be on and chat with you as always. You're a good friend.
Oh, thank you, Russ. Listen, we're in lockdown number 3 here, and people are kind of losing their positivity a little bit and getting a bit flat. So this series is all about maybe sharing tips on how people stay positive. You're a very positive person. So maybe you can share how are you doing in the first place and how are you staying positive?
Well, I am a very positive person, you're right. And I love to just spread joy even in the midst of craziness and chaos like we have now. And a lot of people have been really discouraged. And I think it all starts with a good positive mindset.
Yeah.
I think your day starts with how you actually get things moving. And I actually have a morning routine that when COVID hit, I kept that routine. I did not change. That helped me to keep kind of keep some consistency in my life. So this whole entire time I've got up, I exercise, I do some journaling and devotions and things in the morning that I've kept going. So that has kept me really positive. But also the number one thing that I do, which just happens to be in my book as well, is my 3 steps in the morning that get my mindset right. Is
what are
number
they?
one.
Yeah.
Number one is that I'm thankful. I'm thankful for God, my beautiful wife, for all the blessings in my life. Number 2, I say, I've got this. I know that I can do it. I have talents, God-given abilities to move forward, make positive things happen. And number 3, I tell myself, today's going to be awesome. And I've had people tell me, I can't say that. Well, it's okay. People can say whatever they want. But to me, it frames my mind that I'm looking forward to positive things that day. So then everything coming at me is filtering through positive lens. And so that's what really gets me started on a positive mindset.
Yeah. And did you always do that, or has this just begun for you during the pandemic?
No, I actually, that routine, I've always done my morning routine, but the positive talking to myself probably started, I don't know, probably a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
That's newer. I've always been positive, but I really intentionally started talking to myself and telling myself positive things first thing a couple of years ago.
Yeah. And like you're an early riser, Russ. What time do you get up at? What time do you start?
Well, it all depends on my day. And with COVID, things have changed. My beautiful wife and daughter are on holiday today.
Yeah.
And so I slept in a little longer than normally, but somewhere between 4 and 5 is my normal time of getting up in the morning. Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's my normal time. Now, it's not that I never sleep beyond that, but I can't really sleep past like 6 in the morning. My body is up and moving, and I just can't do it. So I
Wow.
like the morning.
Well, you must go to bed early then.
Usually.
Yeah.
Last night I stayed up later and worked on a few things. And so I was up a little later than normal, but it was funny because I did a live stream the other day and talk about people staying up late.
Yeah.
3 of our friends, Alan, Wendy, and David Brown, were commenting after midnight on my live stream. I'm like, wow, you guys are up way too late.
I'm surprised at Wendy. Alan is a night owl for sure. I mean, that goes back to his DJing days. He was a DJ for years. So I don't think he ever sleeps, Russ, to be honest with you.
You may not. You're right.
No, I wouldn't stay up past 12, that's for sure. But I think a lot of people I've been speaking to as well have been talking about gratitude and having a gratitude list as well. And you spoke there, a lot of people have taken up journaling as well, which is great because obviously I'd love that. I love the writing side. But a gratitude list, I've never done that. I've kind of started it since I've begun this series because it's something I would never have done. And you have to try new things as well, I think, isn't it? So I try and do it every day. And it doesn't have to be grateful. It can be grateful for the smallest things, even just having food in your fridge, having a healthy family. So, yeah, I've definitely looked into that as well. But you have, my next question was about your daily routine or mantra. So I think you have that. You do that. What kind of exercise do you do?
Well, I usually every day for sure, I do some stretching and some exercises in my core and some different things. Then walk with my dog. I used to run every morning, but then I had knee replacement surgery a
Yeah.
few years ago, and so the running stopped, and I had to do walking. But I
Yeah.
work out there, and then I have a club that I work at, which has been closed because of COVID.
Yeah.
But I usually swim and bike at the club every week,
Yeah.
a few days a week, 3 to 4 days a week. I'll do that as well. So yeah, every day though I'm doing something. I'm doing the
You're very
motion. I'm
active.
all
Mm.
yeah, and it's really important. And you mentioned gratitude.
Mm.
That is a huge part of my morning. Not only just my 3 step to be thankful and grateful for everything, but I'm just always thinking about when I'm journaling. One of my journals, I write down every day what I'm thankful for,
Yeah.
and because it is important to set our minds on what we're thankful for, because when we're thankful and we're grateful, life looks a whole lot brighter, a whole lot more positive.
Yeah.
And so we're really setting the stage for the way we're going to think. So what we're
Mm.
feeding into our mind, we are actually putting out. And so we need to really, have that mind of gratitude. And it
Mm.
doesn't matter, like you said, how people do it.
Mm.
People need to do what works for them, whether it's
Yeah.
their exercise routine, whether it's a gratitude journal, whether it's whatever works for you, because a little bit goes a
Mm.
long way.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's to start something new as well. It's people are struggling with that as well. It's getting
Yeah.
that motivation to do it. But I think
Yeah.
from listening to people, from networking, from connecting, it definitely gives you that lift, doesn't it? When you're
Yeah.
talking to upbeat people, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, I am a huge people person, as you can
Yeah, I
guess.
know.
And
Yeah.
and when COVID hit, it was tough because I'm a
Yeah.
hugger. And so I couldn't hug anybody. Well, I hug my wife and my daughter a lot, which I did before, but I hug them even more now. But going out and seeing people face to face, it's tough. So
Mm.
now when you do have opportunities to do that, though, you have to be really careful. You can't do things like that.
Mm.
So I just have to kind of stay back, talk to them, smile. And it's kind of difficult sometimes to do that.
Yeah, and especially like you got your book published last year,
Right.
um, Befuddled to Live the Life You Choose. And all, yeah, exactly. And you've missed out on all the launches, but you did a good bit before Christmas, didn't you? You did lots of book launches
Yeah,
in
well, actually, I
places.
found a way to do
Yeah.
all the stuff that I wanted to do. I found a way with limited exposure. I did 3 to 4 before the book launched, and I'm doing one the end of this month and one in February that are now the book's launched. Now it's just kind of book promotion and signing
Promotion. Yeah.
at this point. But I'm just going to keep on, because the more that I do, I realize that if I only get a dozen people to show up, that's good,
Mm.
because in the situation we're in, I just keep doing things. It gives me a chance to promote it, but it mostly gives me a chance to talk to people. And if I only get to talk to a handful or a
Yeah.
dozen people, I still love it because it's real people.
Yeah. And can you explain to people here what befuddled means?
Well, so my beautiful wife is the one that gave me the word befuddled,
Yeah.
because one morning I was a little out of sorts, a little, discombobulated. That's the name of my next book. And
That's a good one.
and she said, "Honey, are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." She goes, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, because you look kind of befuddled." And so, and of course, she was right. I was. I realized that not only are people all kind of just lacking direction and kind of out of sorts because of what's going on now.
Mm.
But this whole thing came about, the book title and all that came about before COVID hit.
Yeah.
People in life generally are. But the
Mm.
the subtitle of the book is the main point, and that is live the life you choose. We all get to choose the
Yeah.
life we live. And
Yeah.
yes, that doesn't mean that bad things don't happen to us, because they do.
Mm.
But how we filter those and what we do with that
Mm.
is different based on our mindset and what
Yeah.
we're looking forward to. So I keep a positive mindset, and I
Yeah.
do all that I can to make things as positive. I'm a man of faith too. I believe God works all
Yeah.
things for the good. And so I just move forward with that in a
Mm.
positive way,
Yeah.
and thankful for the day.
You've strong faith as well, haven't you, Russ?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And, I really want to, because of that, I want to be a blessing to people. I
Mm.
want to encourage people and lift them up. And so that's why I love the honor of being able to be in your video to be
Oh,
encouraging to people,
yeah.
because really the book is not all about me making a bunch of money. The book is about helping people and be encouraged. So you
Mm,
guys can pick it up on Amazon. It's
yeah.
inexpensive. I don't make a ton off the books, but you get a ton of positive encouragement from
Mm,
the book. So yeah, it's just on Amazon, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. And if you get a chance, pick it up.
absolutely. It's well worth the read because what you do is coaching and mentoring. So you give lots of advice and tips in the book, don't you, Russ?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the book is really me. The book is me coming out in written form. And I love to coach and mentor. And, I do motivational speaking and
Yeah.
just help people all that I can. And then, of course, twice a week, I do podcasting with
Yeah.
Marketing with Russ, AKA #Russ Selfie, and our new live show,
Yeah.
uh,
The
Experience Live with
experience.
Russ
Yeah.
and Scott. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun. And yeah, so, and you were on that, right?
I
The
was. I
first,
was on the first one. Yeah.
there you go. You're famous.
Well, get my face in anywhere, Russ.
There you go. Well, hey, got to have fun where you can,
You
right?
have to. And it's just nice and natural and easy going, which is great. It's not serious. It's fun, but
Yeah.
it's still talking about some serious stuff. You've had to pivot your business. Are you still doing a bit of coaching with your business at the moment through virtually?
Yeah, yeah. Most of the stuff I do is virtually. It's not that I've never met with. Last week, I actually had coffee with somebody in person
Yeah.
because there are some areas where we can have outdoor seating and social distancing and all that, and still talk in person. So it's nice to have a little of that because you can't go
Yeah.
into restaurants or coffee shops or things like that, but you can stay outside. And when the weather's good, that makes it nice to actually be able to. So I had
Yeah.
a good friend that I was encouraging and helping last week, and we had a nice, hour and a half coffee. But yeah, you just, this at
Mm.
this time, you just got to find ways to make good
Yeah.
things happen.
I think so, and we'll appreciate a good cup of coffee and outside when all this is over. And it will be over. That's the
Yeah,
main thing to keep saying. It's going to
yeah.
pass.
Well, and if it doesn't, let's just say, what if it doesn't, right?
Mm,
What are you going to do? I mean, because we don't know what life is going to bring us. So we can
exactly.
still do good things. We can
Yeah.
still have fun. Like you said, I love the opportunity. It's been marvelous for me. I don't mean to jump ahead on one of your questions, but this last year has been fabulous for me as far as connecting and meeting new people. And I love to connect with people.
Yeah.
And I have wonderful friends like you, Yvonne, that I mean, I would be able to go visit, sit down, have a cup of coffee, act like we've known each other forever, which it
Yeah.
seems like at this point.
Yeah, it does.
But it's a lot of it's because of
Mm,
COVID and because of all the things happened, because it's forced us out
mm,
of our comfort zone. It's
yeah.
forced us out to meet even more people globally, which
Yeah.
has been great.
Yeah, it's changed my life. I mean, I
Yeah.
was sitting at home. I mean, all of a sudden, I discovered Zoom and all the business groups, the Global Tea Party. There's a couple of other ones. It's changed my life as well for connecting with people. I really embraced it. And like yourself, you've had to pivot as well, like many people, and it's worked good for you and me for sure. We're
Yeah.
lucky.
Yeah, it is for sure. And, I think it's all how you look at it.
Yeah.
All
Mm,
of us have things hit all of us that have been negative. Yes. Have
mm,
things hit all of us that have hurt. Yeah.
yeah.
But then what have we chosen to do? Because you have two choices. You sit around and you just wallow in the muck and the mire and the negativity of life, or you turn it around and you make positive
Yes.
things
Yeah.
happen.
I know.
I love the old saying that says, when life deals me lemons, I make lemonade.
Yeah. I know.
I love that saying
Yeah.
because really it just means that when bad
Mm,
things come your way, what do? You turn it
mm.
around into something that's good. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I just love it.
If you can, and you can train your mindset, like what you said. Now
Yeah.
you have your book done. You're thinking about another one, as you mentioned earlier. Have you ever thought about a memoir? Like if you were to write the title of your memoir in 3 to 4 words, what would it be so far?
Yeah, that would be interesting because, I do enjoy, like in my first book, there's a lot of stories about me growing up because I like to relate to people and I think people relate to stories.
Yeah.
And so stories are a good way to get points across. So a memoir would be fun. But yeah, it's easy for me. And this is I always joke with my kids. They can put this also on my gravestone when I'm gone. That they just put exclamation point, smiley face, #Russ Selfie. The reason that I
To
would
be
title my
different.
memoir that too is because I live life with exclamation. I love to smile. And I love to take Russ selfies because they're a point of connection and having fun with people. And so that's what my life really is all about. So exclamation point, smiley face, hashtag Russ selfie would be the title of my memoir. There you go.
Well, that'll be one to be remembered anyway, that's for sure. Russ, come here. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for taking part in this series. Hopefully, you know, some of your tips can help other people. Please stay safe, and I'll see you the next time, and see you all next time on Once Upon a Pandemic, and goodbye for now. Thank you, Russ. Take care. Have a great day.
Thanks, Yvonne.
Bye.